All right. So, welcome. My name is Jake Barefoot, and I'm going to explain about our qualification process because this is a little bit different than some other companies do it, but it's pretty important for us to all be on the same page as far as how things go so there's no confusion. So, what I try and do in a nutshell is to try and connect good jobs with good people. So this is something that good things take time, okay? Is basically the moral of what I'm going to try and explain here. So where you might be used to applying for a job and immediately getting a job, what we do here is a little bit different. We try and set you up with more than a job, with something that you can actually make into a career, or string together some jobs to get you to the place that you want to be in your career, to help you be able to move up and be able to make more money. This is something that a lot of people that start with us are kind of in the freelancer category, and they're doing everything by themselves. And they realize that there's a bit more to it than just doing the task for the clients. And because of that, it can be helpful to have a support system that's built in, to be able to have some assistance with doing things like collecting money from your clients, calculating your hours, figuring out how you're going to track things, set up your different softwares and all that sort of stuff. It can get fairly far off at times from the sort of specialization that maybe you're trying to get into. Comparing all the different kinds of time clocks and all the different software that is available to do that, or making the process to try and automate your payroll as much as possible, or to collect money from your clients. You know, if you're trying to debug JavaScript, or you're trying to do some graphic design or something, those things, can take away from the focus. So what we do is basically we try and support freelancers to be able to get better jobs and be able to have a better wherewithal of what's happening. And we manage that whole process. I have multiple different companies in multiple different countries that we can pull on my network together to help set you up with a good sort of situation. So essentially, if you're interested, I'm going to go a little bit more in detail on kind of how the qualification process goes, and some timeframes, and just kind of set the expectations for you on how things are. So the first thing is we're going to need to know that you're interested in working with us. So we're going to need you to send in a CV. Generally, the easiest way to send it to us is you can send it directly to our HR department, hr@taskfunnels.com, and they can start the process there. If you see a job application or something like that that's out there, you can also submit that way too. But once you're on file, you don't need to keep submitting yourself over and over and over again. So what's going to happen is you will go through basically a similar sort of application process that you would if you were applying for a job that was going to start next week. So you're going to have an interview. You're going to kind of go through to try and identify, what your skills are, what you're good at, what you're not good at, the things that you really want to do. That's pretty important. If you're going to be looking for an account that's going to stick around, that you're going to be on for a long time, we want to make sure that it's doing the right thing, or you're going to find yourself spending your life doing things that you don't enjoy, which will lead to a life that you don't enjoy. So we kind of try and get a big picture understanding of where you're trying to go during our interview process. What's nice about what we do is a lot of the time we're either interviewing you to put into our directory, or we're interviewing for multiple different positions and accounts that we have that we're currently onboarding for. So it's not really the same sort of situation as if you're dealing one-to-one with a company and You might be applying for something that might not even be a good fit for you. We try and parse that out in the beginning so that, we're not wasting each other's time setting you up for something that's not going to be a good fit. So once we get an idea of where you're looking to go, what you're trying to do, we can categorize the kind of notifications and the sort of things that you're going to be getting offered to you later on. So that's kind of the first part of the process, and there's no guarantee that you're going to make it through that. The way that we're able to do well with our company is we try and set up our clients with people that we think are going to be able to do very well for them. And a lot of the people that interview for us, they're just not at the place in their careers yet. They haven't had enough experience to where they're really at that level. So some people, they're not quite there, and they're not going to make it through the process, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't try. So once you pass, if you do pass, there's different things that you're going to get. You're going to get an employee profile or an applicant profile, which I'm able to include on different mailings with the onboarding process with our clients. And basically it's a directory page for you that's going to be listed in our internal employee directory. So there you can kind of try and represent yourself as accurately as possible. There's a place for your bio, your work history's in there, all that sort of stuff. You can also have some pictures in there. Fairly simple, but very effective and helpful for us to be able to get you an account. So you're going to get one of those. And then also you're going to get updates. So when we're pulling on accounts, I like it to be speedy as possible, to where we don't have to start from scratch, go through and, be trying to qualify people and do all that from starting at the very beginning. Every time we get a new account, it would just take too long. So for that reason, we have a directory, and generally we're going to try and hire out of that directory. That's our short list of pre-qualified applicants. So if you get into there, it's just a matter of time before you're going to get paired with something that's going to be good for you. There's also different trainings and different materials that we'll provide in the process of while you're waiting to get an account, so you can also have some value from learning and doing different things. So that's basically what we have. I hope that this video has been informative for you and you understand kind of a little bit of what we do and why we're a little bit different. And, like I said, good things can take time. So the process of getting you a career level job or working your way up the ladder towards that career level job that you want is something that we want to make sure we have, patience for. So let's provide the adequate amount of time and go through the right process. So thank you so much. Enjoy. Bye-bye.